Welcome to the Road to Wealth. We are going to cover one of the secrets to help you become very successful and very wealthy, and it is a practice that every millionaire and every billionaire has used. Stay tuned for this important, useful information. Did you ever take on a hobby or a sport or anything else, and one of the first things you learned was that there was a lot more to it than you would have guessed? If you've ever been in the martial arts, let's say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or karate, you quickly learn that a lot of thought has gone into developing the techniques used in that particular martial art. As in Jiu-Jitsu, you learn that somebody had studied anatomy closely and leveraging and other principles to come up with the different techniques used that are so effective. And the same can be said for boxing. Someone doesn't just climb into the ring and throw punches. They learn about counter punching and throwing combinations and footwork and so many other things. So with just about anything, there's a science involved. It's just not happenstance. And the same is true with setting goals in the future, whether those are monetary goals or any other goals. Goal setting isn't just something that you do. You don't just decide one day you're going to hope to have something or hope to achieve something in the future and then just say that's your goal and that's it. Just like all these other things, it's actually a science. It's just not as easy as deciding one day you're going to do X, Y, Z. So let's talk about a few of the important principles in goal setting that will help to get you to where you want to go. One of them is that your goal has to be written down. It's very important that a goal is written down and that you can actually look at it, because there's an old saying that our words are affirmations. And when we look at something we wrote down, it's like refeeding your brain with that information. It's like affirming that information in your head. So you're actually programming your brain when you read that. And so the first step in goal setting always is to write goals down. This step cannot be overlooked. Secondly, your goals should be very specific. Don't just write down a vague goal. Yeah, sometime in the future I'm going to be rich. Or 5 years from now, I'm going to hopefully buy that luxury performance car I wanted to buy. These kind of vague goals don't work. Goals have to be extremely specific, and that includes creating a roadmap to getting you to where you need to go. So as an example, if you wanted to take a luxury vacation and you wanted to do so by the end of the year that you set the goal in, let's say you set a goal early in the year and you decided by the end of the year you want to take a really great vacation. So what you would do is, if that vacation was going to cost you, let's say, $5,000, you would write down the goal that you were going to save enough for that vacation by the end of the year. Let's say you picked out December 30th and you decided it was going to be $5,000 you were going to save, then when you wrote your goal down, you would say, I'm going to save $5,000 for this vacation by December 30th. And then you would take it a step further than that, and you would break down the goal into bite-sized achievements or incremental goals. So in order to do that, you would say, I'm going to save $2,500 of that amount in the first 5.5 months. And you would further break it down by saying, I'm going to save X amount of money every week, or let's say you're paid bi-weekly, I'm going to save X amount every 2 weeks that will get me to that $2,500 goal in 5.5 months. So you break goals down into these incremental achievements, and that will help you to meet the overall goal. Now, it makes it real because it actually is something that you will achieve every 2 weeks. And the other thing is, it won't be as foreboding, it won't be such an enormous goal to think that you're going to save $5,000 when you're instead specifically targeting, let's say, $100 or $200 every couple weeks, whatever you figure it would take at the return you're getting to achieve that goal. Now, it's also important to mention this goal to people you know who are the kind of people who are very positive and enthusiastic, and who you know will support your goal. Back when I learned about goal setting years ago, the motivational speaker actually called it a mastermind group, and a group of people that you would gather around you that were friends or acquaintances that were very positive, that you knew would help encourage you along the way, and not people that would discourage you. So you would find people who would give you positive feedback and let you know that they know for sure that you can achieve this particular goal, whatever it is. The idea behind that is that other people can think about you with a level of positivity and with a conviction that sometimes we can't think about ourselves with. So this mastermind group, or this group of people, or even 1 or 2 other people that might be aware of your goal, can encourage you. And when they encourage you, it's just like when you read the goal on paper. It's feeding not only the goal into your mind, but it is also feeding this positivity and this encouragement and this feeling that you know you're going to achieve that goal, and that there's no other road except for the road to achievement. Now, goals have to be very specific, and they also have to have a specific time frame. Don't just say in the future. Don't just say someday. When you write down a goal, put a specific date in the future by which you are targeting the achievement of that goal. This is very important also. So you're going to have a goal. It's going to be written down. You're going to have people who will encourage you in that goal. You will not only set a goal, but you will set incremental steps to achieving that goal. And then you will have a specific target date for that goal. And whatever that target date is, you have to break down the incremental goals so that they will work out in a way that will achieve the overall goal by that particular date. So in addition to having specific goals and having someone or some other people to encourage you in your goals, you have to have a specific time frame and a specific way to meet those goals. And sometimes you have to work backwards in those goals to determine what incremental steps you need to take. For instance, if you want to save $6,000 by the end of the year, and it's going to require you to do that, to save $200 every pay period, let's say you're paid bi-weekly, and so you determine, depending on your return, let's say you may have to save $200 every 2 weeks to make that $5,000 goal. Then what you should do is have an incremental goal as to what you are going to target savings at the halfway point towards that goal, let's say in 6 months. So your goals should be targeted towards a date. They should be targeted towards incremental achievements towards that goal. You should have them written down and broken down, and you should have people that you know will encourage you all along the way. As I said, goal setting is a science, and when you do it correctly, as most all millionaires and billionaires have learned, it will bring you to whatever you want to achieve. In financial goals, that can include saving for retirement, saving for a child's education, saving for a trip or a car or some large purchase, saving for the purchase of a home. All these things require savings and goal setting both. You cannot just vaguely determine what you want to save money for or when you're going to save it by or anything else. Everything has to be specific. When you write it down somewhere where you'll see it every day. Tape it up on a mirror, put it on your computer screen. In my home office that I'm in right now, I have a whiteboard up on the wall, and on the whiteboard it says a plan without a goal is just a wish. Keep that saying in mind. A plan without a goal is just a wish. Anything you want to achieve in the future has to include setting a goal. If not, you're like a rudderless ship out in the harbor at the whim of the winds. You're not going to get to where you want to go. The only way you can get to a destination is with a rudder. And the setting of goals and using the science of goal setting is like having that rudder and pointing you in the right direction. If this information helps you, please comment or leave a comment with the goals you're going to set, and let me know that I can encourage you, as well as what your goals might be. Please like this video, share it with other people that it might help, and please subscribe, because every video on this channel is designed to provide you with information you can help with your financial goals, with your debt reduction, with your savings and investing knowledge, and anything that will help get you and keep you on the road to wealth. Thanks for watching.